Woo! Hi guys. Hope you're all doing great. Today's a beautiful day, folks. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful day it is. Welcome, guys, to a wonderful day in Toronto, guys. What a wonderful day in Toronto. Oh, 29 degrees, and I'm wearing an undershirt. Wow, welcome, guys. I appreciate everyone that joins today on my way to work. Uh, Let me find my glasses. Oh, I need to get gas tonight. Oh my god. Welcome, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe button as you enter the Dragon's Den. Good morning, folks. What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing great. Welcome to my live. I'm just on my way to work, and I just want to say hello to everyone and see how you're doing. Put in the comments, where are you guys watching from? Are you guys all in Canada? Anyone from the US, India, Mexico, Egypt, Japan, China, North Korea, South Korea? Uh, it's a beautiful day, guys. It's an amazing day to be alive. So I'm on my 2 hour journey to work. And as you guys know, if you're a regular fan, I do these live streams just for like maybe 15, 20 minutes or half an hour, depending on how much I feel like yapping. Yeah, because 2 hours is a long drive. I think the average journey for people in Toronto is maybe, how far do you guys drive to work? I'd say maybe 45 minutes to an hour. If you take the highway, you're going to be on the highway for at least an hour, especially the 401. The 401 is a nightmare. So, my job is, like I said, 2 hours away. So I'll take four highways, including the 401. So I take the 400, the I-401, 4227, and some other highways. I'm not going to tell you exactly where I work, guys. So, guys, as soon as you join, hit the subscribe button, folks. I appreciate you guys. It's a nice day in Toronto. Oh, boy. It is actually 24 degrees. I'm wearing actually an undershirt. I'm not sure if I should have worn an undershirt, but I'm telling you, it's really hot. I'm not going to complain because if you guys are in Toronto, you saw this was the longest winter in a probably since I've been in Canada. It's a very, very long winter. This winter, I mean, it was cold even up to maybe 2 weeks ago. I mean, in the end of May, that's really crazy. But I'm not going to complain. I love the heat. I rather the heat than the cold, believe me. I don't know how some people do it. But yeah, it's a nice day. And yeah, so where are you guys joining from? Are y'all all of you guys from Toronto? Or are anyone from the US? Where are you guys joining from, folks? Put in the comments. You know, guys, I was thinking just last night about, people destroy the environment for no, like everything that's created gets contaminated. It's like we don't appreciate the environment. I don't know. Just thought this came to me, right? So I will give you an example. Look on like forest, right? I mean, trees are beautiful and everything, but it's being destroyed, right? If you look at a lot of neighborhoods in Toronto, there's coyotes coming in the neighborhoods. Bears. Like you're seeing like black bears and roaming, depending on where you live, right? But that's a result of you know, people destroying the forest and, you know, the trees and all that. And look, I know the population is growing. We need to build more houses and blah blah. I get it. Okay, I'm not naive, but I think we should really rethink, you know, urbanization. You know, how you design houses and build new neighborhoods. You don't want to kill too many trees. We need the trees. You know, it's nature. You don't want to destroy nature. I mean, the animals need places to live too, right? You can't be destroying the forest like millions of trees to build condos and, you know, stuff like that, right? So I just think of that. So that's one example. You know, the next example, you know, I'm thinking of is just, you know, pollution. There's just so much pollution. Like, look at the ocean. There's always like a lot of oil spills and people dumping so much plastic. And a lot of that, this is due to like new technology. I mean, sure, you know, we do need innovation to help us survive and, you know, oh, what's going on here, guys? There's a lot of cops and stuff like that. Oh, I think it's an accident. I'll give you a quick view, guys. Yeah. Sorry, it was too quick. But yeah, you know, this oil spill in the ocean, pollution, you know, fish with plastic in their mouth, in their stomachs. It's just crazy. I mean, I think as like human beings, we need to really think of ways not to pollute the environment. We need to appreciate the environment more. Remember, like many years ago, we had to cancel certain hairsprays because it was destroying the ozone layer, right? And I mean, now I think it's all healed itself or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is, I think we don't appreciate the environment enough. You know, even outer space. Look at outer space now. There's so many satellites out there, so much space junk. And, you know, I remember growing up as a kid, you can see, like, you know, the stars very easily if you live in a city, right? But now, I mean, I don't live in like the city, and I can't see any stars. I could barely see any stars. I'm wondering if it's just so much pollution, you know? And it's just something that I thought about, and I think, you know, really need to come to terms that if we destroy this earth, there's nothing left. I know Elon Musk want to go to Mars and populate Mars or some crazy nonsense like that. Nobody can live in Mars, okay? There's so much radiation out there. Aliens. I mean, I don't know if there's alien, but, you know, we really need to appreciate not only the earth, but appreciate each other, right? Okay, who's on the line, guys? Hey, what's going on, friend? Who is this? Fire in the hole? Oh, that's a pretty neat name. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I appreciate you guys. Always remember, keep it respectful. And I'm talking about, you know, respecting the environment and how, you know, things are just polluted. You know, you know what? This is all about money. All of this pollution thing is all about money. You know, you have companies in, you know, some third world countries, or even maybe modern countries like, you know, first world countries. They're dumping waste inside of the ocean, and, you know, your water is contaminated, and, you know, what's going on is people get cancers and all that. Like, trust me. Again, the theme is we need to appreciate our environment, appreciate each other too. You know, I don't know what's going on, man. People are stressed out these days. So, yeah, this thought it came to me, guys. So what's up, guys? Talk to me. Where you guys joining from? Hit that subscribe button, folks. I'm on my way, my 2-hour drive to work. I usually I have to take like 4 highways. It's just insane. Normally, I'll work from home. You know, a couple, 2 or 3 times per week, I'll work from home. I'll go into work. But now my boss wants me to come in, which means I'm gonna, you know, fill my tank twice with gas. And you know how much to fill my tank? More than $100, like maybe 110, $120. So now it's 200 and I don't know. Let's just say $240. $240 every week just for gas. That's crazy. Right now, that's really crazy, man. How about you guys? How many times per week do you fill your tanks? I mean, normally I fill my tank, maybe once per week, right? But now I'm paying him, say, 240, right? So that's 1 week. So times four. So 40 is 8, 4 for 16. So 900. Okay, let's just say $1,000. That's crazy. How can I pay $1,000 for gas? Oh my God, man. Life is tough, guys. When you want to live in a modern country like Canada or the US, you're gonna pay the price. I mean, it's nice, right? Okay, it's nice to have all this fancy stuff. You can go to the mall, blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay, but does it mean that you're better than people in other countries that don't have, maybe modern technology or a lot of whatever? No, we're not. The people in third world countries, I think they're living better than us. They're less stressed. They're more relaxed. They're more loving with each other. In modern society, people care too much about money. And we kind of have no choice because we got to pay rent or mortgage. We got to pay for insurance, or we got to make car payments. Trade off. Yeah, I mean, pay like, let's just say maybe $900. You pay like $900 for gas per month. What? That's just insane, man. And then I got car insurance, right, and all that for a next, $1,000. So 2,000, $2,000 for gas plus car insurance. Then I got my bills, phone bill, TV. But it doesn't have much TV anymore. But look, I bundle my TV, my cell phone, and my Wi-Fi together. I guess they make it the phone providers. It's your cost savings, right? But that just means if you want to leave them, right, you can't just leave with your Wi-Fi only or your cell phone, whatever. They want everything together because it's all bundled. Oh, I'm telling you, man. So I just switched over my wireless services and TV, and my phone, whatever, from one service provider to the next. Because I was paying, check this, I was paying almost $400 per month for my bill. Who can afford $400 per month for cell phone? And it's just insane, right? And so right now I switched over. I'm paying 200 plus. I'm saving, to be honest, I'm saving around $100 or a little bit more. So yeah, man, it's just too much. Plus I have kids. I gotta pay for their get the treats, buy clothes, groceries. That's the next thing, guys. Groceries. I know I'm ranting a lot, but this is what I'm about. It affects all Canadians. Grocery prices are through the roof. So, an average, when I go to the store, I pay $200 for groceries. And it's not like a big cart of groceries. It's just maybe like 4 or 5 bags, if I'm lucky, of groceries, right? So if you don't have $200, at least $200, you can't enter a store. You can't enter a grocery store. And then that grocery is going to last you maybe a week. So you're spending $200 per week for groceries. So 200 times 4, so about $800 for groceries. Wow. So when all is said and done, between all the bills I mentioned before, your mortgage or rent or groceries and cell phone, you need a minimum of about $5,000 to pay all those bills. Now, with the average Canadian making $5,000 per month, put in the comments, are you making $5,000 per month or more? Because pretty much that's what it costs to make a living here. To live in Canada. at least in Ontario. Maybe if you live somewhere far, or Medicine Hat, or I don't know, maybe Alberta, maybe it's a little bit cheaper. But overall, I think anywhere you go in Canada or in the world, the cost of living is horrendous. You know, so I always tell people, you know, to live here in Canada, you need at least two people working. So it's either you're married or you have your girlfriend or whatever. You need two people working full time, making really good money. Because if you're a single person, especially if you have kids, you're in deep doo doo. I'm telling you, you're in deep doo doo. So I think a lot of single people, if not most single people. Oh, let me put the window. I apologize, guys. I didn't realize my window was down and it's kind of low. Let me turn my AC on. Yes, I was saying, guys, if you're a single person living in Canada here, most people that are single are working at least two, maybe three jobs just to make ends meet. And pretty much you can't find a job too. Oh my God, guys, we can't win. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you know what? Find a rich person, guys, and then your problems are solved. That's the only thing I could tell you. Oh my God, I don't know if that's good advice, but trust me, it's insane, man. But regardless, you just gotta enjoy life, whether or not you're rich or poor. You just gotta make the best out of life. I mean, I didn't grow up rich, and I'm rich now. I'm rich with family. I appreciate my family, and so yeah, I'm rich in that sense. So money's not the only thing in life, okay? I know people make it such a big deal to have it, and I know we need it. Yeah, I'm not naive. I know we need it, but the first thing is your health, right? You have to make sure you take care of your health, because you can have all the money in the world. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. Let me repeat that, guys. Even if you have all of the money in the world and you don't have your health, you have nothing. Okay? So you have to cherish your health, regardless of anything. Make sure you take care of yourself first, take care of your family. Everything else can come secondary. That's what I can tell you. That's what I can tell you right now. I mean, I've lost family members, really dear family members to me, from health stuff, and trust me, it's a really tough thing to deal with. And so, you got to take care of your body, right? I mean, we all know we have to eat right and blah blah blah, and it's kind of hard to do that, right? Because people are on the go. We're always on the go. Look, I spend 4 hours on the road, right? I don't have time to be, eating salads and all those healthy stuff. I mean, maybe I can, but usually it's fast food, junk food. I got to keep going. Sometimes I get home pretty late. I don't have time to, you know, make some nice meals and all that. So it's, pizza, some hamburgers or something, like it's crazy. So, but you got to take care of your health. And look, I know you can eat all the best foods in the world, the healthiest food, and still get sick. I get it, right? But the chances of you getting sick and getting certain diseases is lower when you eat, right, when you eat healthy, right? That's the best thing I can tell you guys. I remember going to the hospital, the emergency one evening, and I still remember this. I mean, I've been to the emergency a few times, and I always remember one. This time when I went, I saw there is some old people there waiting, people my age waiting, kids waiting, and I distinctly remember there's a guy that came in with a small baby, maybe 3 months old, 4 months old, and I was like, look at that. I mean, the point is just, life is just showing us that none of us are immune to problems and being sick. You know, Sickness doesn't discriminate, no matter who you are, right? So that's why I always try to, push unity and love and all that, because I notice Everybody hates each other now. Like you go anywhere in public, people are just so unhappy and uptight. And I think possibly because of what's going on in the world, like people can't find jobs, people are stressed and all that, but you know, frankly, there's a lot of racism, there's a lot of hatred for, different people, different groups, whatever. And but going back to my hospital scenario, everybody, there's also the different people sick, young, old, different races, sickness and stuff that happen in life doesn't discriminate against who you are. It doesn't care. So that's why we have, no matter who we are, we have to take care of each other, love each other, and just try to enjoy life together, right? I mean, you're not gonna like everybody. Not everybody likes everybody, but in general, that's what I'm saying, right? If you agree with me, guys, put in the comments what you think about that. That's what I preach, guys. I preach unity and love. That's the only way to be. Because if you're always uptight and miserable and hating people, that actually affects your health. Yeah, that's how people get, a lot of diseases. If you don't know, guys. Yeah, guys. So let me see. I have about maybe an hour and a half to go before I get to work. Um, I do take the 507 but the problem is taking the 507. I have to pay for it, right? It's a toll route, but it saves me about maybe about 20 minutes to half an hour. Yeah, about 20 minutes to half an hour, which is a big deal because trust me, driving 2 hours on the streets is very tough. By the time I get to work, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Look, 2 hours there, 2 hours. So 4 hours on the road, four times. I think I go like 4 times per week for now. So I'm spending 16 hours per week on the road. It just doesn't make sense. So 16 hours times four. So I'm spending 48. Yeah, I'm good at math. I'm, spend, I'm spending 48 hours on the road per month. So that means I'm spending 2 days out of the month on the streets. Doesn't make sense at all, guys. So 2 days. So 2 days times 12. So I'm spending. So I'm spending. Let me see, 12. What is it? 2 days? Yeah, two. So two. So I'm spending 24 days out of the year driving to and from work. Does that make any sense? Put in the comments. Does that make any sense? I mean, look, the nature of my job, you know, I have to be there, right? Um, it's a very interesting job. Let's just say that for now. It is like a federal job. It's a regulated thing. So basically, the people at my work, nothing can happen without me being there. The government basically is written in the law. I have to be there, right? I'm not a cop or anything, but that's all I can tell you. The company cannot do anything without me being there physically. Okay, so that's why I have to be there. So I get it, and sure, I'm the one that chose this type of career, so which is very interesting. Um, but you know, it benefits everyone. It's a very, very, it's a very interesting job. So yeah, I guess I have to spend 1 month on the road for you know to pay my bills. That's fine. Oh man, that's good. How about you guys? How far do you work? Do you live from work? I mean, my wife is a totally opposite. She works her job is literally 7 minutes away from where we live. You know, so she's very very close. So I guess it's a give and take. And she also can't work from home. She got to be there. Oh, look at this. That's pretty cool. A maple leaf. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just saw this crazy looking vehicle. But yeah, today's an amazing day. I'm really looking forward to to this summer. The weekend is coming up. What, tomorrow's a Friday? Sometimes I can't remember the day, the days of the week because time just flying fast. Oh, I'm coming up to the 507, guys. Yeah, the 507. It really helps with traffic, but it costs a lot of money. There's one point that I owe them, I think like $11,000, but I paid everything. I had to pay it off because I couldn't get my license renewed. Right? Wow. Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, I'm looking forward to the weekend, guys. If you guys are in Toronto, I think there's a few things going on this weekend. I know there's a Filipino festival by Scarborough Town Center. It's in Scarborough, if you don't know. So there's Filipino. There's a few things going on, I believe. So I look forward to stuff like that in the summer. I'm not a winter person. Winter time, I don't really go anywhere. I mean, I stay home with the family. Getting fat, watching TV, Netflix, shoveling snow. I mean, I can't skate. I can't ski. So that's out of the question. But I want my kids to learn to skate or ski. So that's one thing I'm gonna make sure that I so they can enjoy. Yeah. So right now, guys, I'm on the 507. This bill is starting to go up. Just what I need, guys. More bills. So what's up, guys? Talk to me. Where are you joining from? Hit that subscribe button, folks. I appreciate it, man. Sure, brother, some love, guys. Yeah, we're also planning to go to Niagara Falls. That's one of my favorite things to do during the summer. But you know what, guys? Niagara Falls has really kind of lost its magic a little bit. I mean, back in like the 90s, the early 90s. Don't say I'm old, guys. Yeah, back in like back in the day, I'd say. Like, it's just so much fun. Like, when you go to Niagara, I mean, yeah, we're kids, whatever, but when you go to Niagara Falls, like, your head literally gets swollen. You're like, wow, I can't wait. You're all excited. You go there, you play some video games, walk around, go to the falls, do all the fancy stuff. And today, yeah, you still do that, but things are a little bit different. Like, I think that the excitement's a little bit less. And some of the reasons, I mean, I did a video on this already, right? Some of the reason is that I think there's too many people there, just too many. You're walking on, Clifton Hills, where that you have all the entertainment going on and the restaurants, ice cream, whatever. There's no space to walk. And I remember we went there on Canada Day, like many years ago, and I promised myself I'll never do it again. Or we may do it again. So anyways, so we went. Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't. I think I did bring my computer. Sorry, guys. Let me check. Make sure I brought my computer. Or else I have to turn back and spend the next 2 hours on the road. So I'm feeling for my computer, guys. Let's check it out. Let me see. Yeah, I have it. Isn't it kind of weird how I can just feel around and know what is my computer? Yeah, so let me get back to my rant about Niagara Falls. So I love going to Niagara Falls. I've been going to Niagara Falls for many, 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 many years. Don't call me old, guys. And I love going there, especially with the kids. But it kind of to me, it lost its magic a little bit because of the crowds. So many people there. And look, everybody has a right to go there. Everybody has a right to enjoy the falls, enjoy the entertainment. The family or whatever. You can go there. That's no problem. But it's just that because of the overcrowding, especially if you have kids, it becomes a little bit stressful. You gotta be watching your kids, make sure they don't get lost in the crowds. And prices, it's crazy. Like the price for going on any rides or doing certain things, it's like crazy, crazy, crazy. The restaurants, the hotels are crazy expensive. Like, I remember before you could spend I don't know, maybe $500 to stay a couple nights. Maybe 200 and something per night, whatever. But now, if you go to Niagara Falls, if you don't have $1,000, you can't get a room. Like it's like literally like $600 plus tax plus. So if you spend a couple of nights in Niagara Falls, it doesn't make sense spending just one night, and you drive there, you're tired, then you spend one night, then you go home. It just doesn't make sense. So we try to spend a couple of nights there in Niagara Falls. So look, we spend 2 nights, so that means what, $2,000, $2,000 just for a couple of nights. You can go to Jamaica or I don't know, maybe Barbados or something, Mexico for like $2,000. That's a vacation for a week. So yeah, it's just too expensive. So those are some of the problems that I personally see why kind of dampen the experience. But nevertheless, I'm going. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy life because you never know what could happen in life. So regardless of how short life is or expensive things are, if you're able to do certain things and you want to do it, I advise you just do it. Because when if you're lucky enough to live to see 80s or 90s or hundreds, you're like, oh, I wish I could bungee jump or whatever. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? It's going to be too late. It's too late to take that trip. It's too late to get that car that you always wanted or whatever. If you're saving up for something, right? Or I don't know. Just live your life, guys. That's all I'm saying. How long have I been on yapping? What? 32 minutes? Wow. Guys, I know I yap a lot, guys. But it's my job to keep you guys entertained. So I have enough gas. I think I have enough gas to bring me to work, but I have to stop. I can't believe I have to spend again the next $120 twice per week. So if you guys want to send some cash my way, I'm open, guys. Don't be shy. But you know what? The good thing is about this highway, the traffic is good. I mean, I'm paying for it, so it better be good. Yeah, the traffic. So there's usually not too many traffic on this highway. It's a wide highway, the 507. So that's the good thing about it. But it's really expensive. It's hitting my pocket hard, guys. Oh, what a beautiful day. So, guys, I'm going to end the live here. I know I've yapped a lot and complained a lot, but I appreciate you guys joining. I appreciate you showing love. Thank you for the likes. And thank you for whoever subscribed. I appreciate you. So, let us be back again. Maybe, actually, tomorrow I'm going to do a live from, no, sorry, is it tomorrow? No, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I may do a live from, there's a Filipino festival going on. We love going to Filipino festivals. It's a lot of fun. They have a lot of, music and other entertainment, different type of foods. My wife is Filipino, so I have no choice. I have to go. Yeah, Filipinos are nice. At least most of them. I mean, every nation have good and bad people. But in general, Filipinos are very nice people, very respectful. I have been to the Philippines once, in 2019. So, oh my gosh, why is this guy doing this? Yeah, there's some guy just driving like a punk. Yeah. Yes, I've been to the Philippines once, and it was an amazing experience. It's such a different culture, a different feeling. You can call it culture shock, in a good way. Um, People are very helpful. Everybody wants to say hi. Everybody wants to be your friend. It just visiting the Philippines just give me an appreciation for people. Like, I mean, in Canada, people don't really talk to you if they don't have to, really. That's what I find, anyways. It's hard to make good friends. Yeah, you can say hi and bye, whatever, but people are cold. Unfortunately, that's the truth. But you go to the Philippines, people are really warm. They're very welcoming. They don't care where you're from. I'm walking to the mall. People are like, oh, hi. I had my Lakers jersey on, right? They're like, oh, LeBron. I'm like, oh yeah, how you doing? So I really love it. I mean, I got treated like a king, and I treated them like kings and queens. I think that's the way people should be with each other. But yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't mind going back and refreshing myself, guys. So, guys, as I promised, how long I've been on? Yeah, try not to go over 30 minutes, 2 months. Let me see what's 36. So, guys, if you're just joining, I'm going to end the live soon. We're just, talking about the cost of living, talking about Niagara Falls, how expensive it is. But I'm still going to go. So, I'm on my way to work. I'm on the 507 right now, and it's a lot of cash. So, join me again, guys, on Saturday or maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a live tomorrow. You never know. So you'll see the subscribe button, folks. All right, take care. God bless, guys. Peace out. Take care of yourselves, man. Take care of your health. All right. Love out.